The Green Man is a figure that has been depicted in art and literature for centuries. He is often depicted as a face made out of leaves or foliage, and is associated with nature, fertility, and the cycle of life. The origins of the Green Man are somewhat unclear, as there are no written records that date back far enough to explain his origins. However, there are several theories about where the Green Man came from. One theory is that he is a pre-Christian symbol that was associated with nature and fertility. The Green Man may have been worshipped by people who believed in animism, the belief that everything in nature has a spirit. In this context, the Green Man would have represented the spirit of the forest or the natural world. Another theory is that the Green Man is a Christian symbol that emerged in the Middle Ages. In this context, the Green Man may have represented the resurrection of Christ or the renewal of the natural world after the harsh winter months. The Green Man is also a pagan symbol that is commonly associated with nature-based religions such as Wicca, Druidry, and other pagan traditions. The Green Man is often seen as a symbol of the cycles of nature and the interconnectedness of all things, and is associated with the energy of growth, fertility, and abundance. The Green Man is a figure that has been found in many cultures throughout history, from ancient Roman and Celtic traditions to more modern neo-pagan and New Age spiritual practices. While the specific beliefs and practices associated with the Green Man may vary depending on the tradition, he is generally seen as a powerful symbol of the natural world and the cycles of life and death. The Green Man has been depicted in art and literature for centuries, and his significance has evolved over time. In some cultures, the Green Man is associated with fertility and the renewal of life. In others, he is seen as a symbol of rebirth and resurrection. In pagan cultures, the Green Man is often associated with the summer solstice, also referred to as litha, a time when the days are longest and the sun is at its strongest. In this context, the Green Man represents the power of the sun and the renewal of life that comes with it. In Christian cultures, the Green Man is often associated with Easter, a time when Christians celebrate the resurrection of Christ. In this context, the Green Man represents the renewal of life that comes with Christ's resurrection. In modern times, the Green Man has become a symbol of environmentalism and the need to protect the natural world. Many people see the Green Man as a reminder that we are connected to nature and that we have a responsibility to care for the planet. The Green Man also is a figure that appears in the mythology and folklore of many different cultures throughout the world. Here are some of the myths and legends associated with the Green Man. In Celtic mythology, the Green Man is often associated with the god Cernunnos, who is the lord of the forest and the patron of animals and fertility. In some stories, the Green Man is said to be a manifestation of Cernunnos himself, while in others he is a separate entity associated with nature and the wild. In medieval Christian art and architecture, the Green Man is often depicted as a pagan symbol of fertility and rebirth, with his face and body composed of leaves, vines, and other plant life. Some scholars believe that the Green Man may have been a subversive symbol of pre-Christian spirituality that was incorporated into Christian art as a way of appealing to pagan audiences. In English folklore, the Green Man is often associated with the May Day, Beltane, celebrations that take place on May 1st. In some traditions, a young man is dressed in green and crowned with flowers to represent the Green Man, while in others a figure made of branches and foliage is paraded through the streets. In Native American mythology, the Green Man is associated with the Great Spirit and is seen as a symbol of renewal and rebirth. In some traditions, the Green Man is said to emerge from the earth each spring to bring new life to the world. In Hindu mythology, the Green Man is associated with the god Shiva, who is known as the Lord of the Wild and is often depicted with a wreath of snakes and leaves around his neck. Shiva is said to have a connection to nature and is often associated with the cycle of life, death, and rebirth. These are just a few examples of the many different myths and legends associated with the Green Man. There are many stories and legends involving the Green Man, and the details of these stories may vary depending on the culture or tradition. Here are a few examples. This medieval English poem tells the story of Sir Gawain, a knight who must face the Green Knight in a challenge. The Green Knight is a giant figure dressed in green, with a face made of leaves and branches. The Green Knight challenges Sir Gawain to strike him with an axe, and promises to return the blow in 1 year's time. When the Green Knight returns, he reveals himself to be a magical being who tests Sir Gawain's courage and honor. This Scottish folklore tells the story of a princess who is kidnapped by the Green Man and taken to his home in the forest. The princess fears for her life, but the Green Man assures her that he means her no harm and offers to make her his queen. Over time, the princess comes to love the Green Man and the natural world that he represents. In Germanic folklore, the Wild Hunt is a group of supernatural beings who ride through the night on horses or other animals, led by a figure known as the huntsman or the Green Man. The Green Man is often depicted as a wild, untamed figure who represents the power of nature. This medieval English legend tells the story of two children who appeared in the village of Woolpit with green skin. The children claimed to have come from a land called St. Martin's Land, where everything was green. Some have interpreted this story as a metaphor for the power of nature and the connection between humans and the natural world. Remember, the most important thing when creating an altar to honor the Green Man is to follow your intuition and create a space that feels meaningful and powerful to you. Overall, the Green Man is seen as a powerful and inspiring symbol for modern-day witches and Wiccans, representing the beauty and power of nature and the interconnectedness of all things.